economic issues. How do you feel about that? I mean, do you think it's true that it's taking a backseat? Sam, why don't you go first?
I think the idea of sort of environmental issues versus economic issues is completely backwards. And I think the two really go hand in hand, and the fear that somehow that in things like the new and upcoming environmental technologies are going to be bad and cost us money or be a burden is perfectly backwards. Right now, China is the world's leader in renewable energy. They're doing more renewable than just about any other country in the world, and that's the place people go to when they're looking for that technology. There's another technology called green roofs, which you may or may not have heard of, which basically involves planting a garden as a roof on top of a building. And that's just beginning to be done in this country. But Germany's been doing it since the 70s. And that's where a lot of the people in this country had to go to learn how to do it and import some of that technology from there. So there's always an advantage to being technology leader in these fields. It's just in the US, for some reason, we don't perceive it that way.
Eric?
No, I completely agree. In the sense of it seems like economic issues, they are very it's really right in your face, short-term kind of stuff. And there's global warming, that's like a future issue, but that is a presumption I have seen. There are a lot of conversations economics and some with environmental, but economics by far. However, I do agree it is backwards. It is something they can go hand in hand, just because it may cost everything costs money at the end of the day, but it does stimulate the economy. There are jobs, there are new innovations, and that is the way of life. It always will be innovation. There will always be improvements being done, and this is one of them. And you can't stifle it because of coming from a place of fear of this is the way it's always been done. We need to focus on something outside of the sustainability of our own future and stuff. And it does go hand in hand. It is it can stimulate the economy. It is very reliable, as you've seen in China and Germany, as you said.
Yeah. What are the things your AIESEC for you, Eric, right, considers that are most important to solve in relation to the environment? Or for future projects, for example?
The biggest thing for us is that at the end of the day, it is a leadership development organization. So everything we do does revolve around that.
Mm-hmm.
And our global volunteer program, I've partnered up with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So every one of them is aligned with that. So for our projects, they can vary anywhere from farming to advocacy for environmental issues in that international community to recycling, reusing the compost to make it fun for little kids or something like that. But at the end of the day, it is a challenging experience. It is developing people, so when they do come back here, they already have an interest in environmental issues because they have been on this project. They've seen the issue firsthand and have them work towards it. So that when they come back as developed individuals, they are the future decision makers at the end of the day. And if you develop them now, they're in a good place to make these decisions later on that impact these world issues such as environmental issues. So if you develop them now through leadership and give them the opportunity to work firsthand with the environmental issues, later on they'll be able to do this on a higher scale with these big picture policies.
And one of your members here also went to Taiwan in that farming region, right? So that's definitely there. How about you, Sam? What do you think are what are the important things for you to solve based on your organization?
For our organization, it is public engagement and public awareness, and it's also, and it was mentioned, the sense that people can't do something meaningful for the environment. we work primarily with New York City street trees, those trees and cutouts in the sidewalk. And people often say, well, I can't prune it, I can't do various things to it because of the city's rules. But even just reporting when those trees are dead, or reporting where you would like one, and you can request one for any site in New York City. Just call 311 and request a street tree. But people don't necessarily know that, and so we wind up with not as many street trees planted as we could have, or more dead street trees than we should have if people aren't engaged. And it's like even just making that phone call, and 311 has gotten very good at it. They'll have you off the phone in less than 60 seconds. But even just that little thing makes a big difference on an aggregate basis across the city.
All right, wonderful. And what are the actions and projects that your organization is currently working on? Or you mentioned a few already. Any other projects that you guys are working on? What do you guys say?
Oh, we have several. Our core program is the Citizen Pruner course. It's a 12-hour course, and at the end of it, you're jointly licensed by us and the Parks Department to care for and prune New York City street trees. So then you can actually do some more intensive care and go out and do things like cut branches off of them. We also have a program called Fruit Trees New York, where we're both planting fruit trees with community gardens and working with community gardens that already have fruit trees but need help or instruction in maintaining them. Which unfortunately often happens is they may have had one person who was really into the tree and other people aren't. In addition, we're just wrapping up right now a program planting trees in New York City Housing Authority properties in 6 or 7 different sites in the Bronx, and the oldest of those trees are just what we call coming out of warranty now. And we've got over 800 new trees planted on New York City Housing Authority sites there.
Great.
So for AIESEC, it's both like on national and local level. We do have partnerships. So on national level, they're always looking for like new, engaging different organizations that like do a lot of AIESEC and like what we do and can take us forward. Whereas on local level, it's mostly working with like other youth organizations on campus or in New York City. So it could be anything from a volunteer organization locally. So like our organization can work together to maybe I've planted trees through one of the green organizations on campus. So it's a freshman, the name, I apologize. But it's like creating those partnerships with on-campus youth organizations as is, but also like promoting international experiences to send them abroad. So like I was saying, anything from advocacy to marketing, recycling, or green lifestyles to actually running a farm and like working there. Anything along those lines, we have a few thousand opportunities on our portal as is. Most of them are at least a sizable portion are in the environmental area, so if you haven't, check it out.
Wonderful. All right, so I'm actually down to my last question here. So it's really not a question, but more of a request. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about your organization and what it's representing as well? And if you want, you can share some of your events as well. So why don't you start?
So for those who don't know what AIESEC is, it's the world's largest youth organization. I think at this point we are in somewhere between 126 to 28 countries. I would have to check, it fluctuates yearly. So what we do is, so what AIESEC is a youth organization towards, we strive to achieve peace and fulfillment of human potential because we understand like the world isn't what we want it to be and it could be so much better. So that's where like peace and fulfillment comes in. And how we do it is by, we looked at individuals, we looked at the world and said, what does the world need right now? And we came up with the answer of leaders. Like there's a leadership crisis around the world. So we will be the ones to try to develop that in young people as the future decision makers around the world. So how do you develop leadership? That's the question of the day. It's like, we do that through international experiences by putting them in difficult environments and cross-cultural exchanges so that they can develop themselves personally and professionally, but also through like just doing the work. And yeah. But in terms of events, we currently are partnered with some clubs on campus to like run events. So they're very like very local and everything. They're not huge events like local, but.
Okay, thank you very much. Sam?
Trees New York has been around since 1976, helping to care for and prune New York City's street trees. And we actually got started as a response to the budget cuts and the fiscal crisis in the late 70s in the city, and a group of citizens who cared about their trees got together and said, if the city's undergone these budget cuts and had almost no forestry staff, and the city's not able to take care of these trees, can we step in and help do it? And so they developed the Citizen Pruner Program. And since then, we've expanded from there. So we've trained thousands of New Yorkers in how to care for and prune their city street trees. We do tree care events out in the field. Tomorrow we'll be pruning and caring for trees at 10 a.m. in Astoria. We'll be meeting at Broadway and 36th Street, in case anyone lives in Astoria and is looking for something to do something to enhance your green cred on Earth Day. We're during the warmer months, we're out usually doing something in the field almost every single weekend, and we'll also have some staff at the Car-Free New York Earth Day event that's happening on Broadway.
Wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to our panelists here for the questions that we had. And thank you very much once again. Very thoughtful answers and discussions. Before we proceed to your questions, we'd like to also share with you what JCS is all about. We have a very short video for you guys to check out. So